The history of apes, which include gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, gibbons, and humans, dates back millions of years and reveals a fascinating story of evolution, adaptation, and social behavior. Here's an overview of the real-world history of apes, from their origins to their current conservation status. 1. Origins and evolution of apes. The story of apes begins about 25 to 30 million years ago during the Oligocene epoch, when early ancestors of modern primates began to diverge. These early primates adapted to life in trees and evolved a range of physical traits that set them apart from other mammals, like forward-facing eyes for depth perception and flexible shoulder joints. Miocene epoch 23 to 5 million years ago. This period is often called the Golden Age of Apes due to the abundance and diversity of ape species that emerged. It was during this time that the Hominidae family, which includes both modern and extinct apes, began to develop and spread from Africa to Europe and Asia. Species such as Proconsul and Dryopithecus were among the early ancestors of today's great apes. Fossil evidence shows a rich diversity of apes across these continents, with physical traits that hint at the beginnings of the modern ape anatomy. 2. Evolution of the great apes. Around 10 million years ago, environmental changes like shifting climates and the cooling of forests forced ape species to adapt. Those who survived evolved into the ancestors of today's great apes and humans. Gorillas are believed to have diverged from a common ancestor with humans and chimps around 8 to 9 million years ago. Orangutans split off earlier, around 12 to 15 million years ago. They adapted to life in the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, which led to unique characteristics such as their arboreal lifestyle. Chimpanzees and bonobos split from the human lineage around 5 to 7 million years ago. They share around 98% of their DNA with humans, making them our closest living relatives. 3. The rise of humans. Humans and other great apes share a common ancestor, but it was around 2 to 3 million years ago that early humans, Homo genus, began to evolve with significant traits like larger brain size, use of tools, and upright walking. As humans evolved, they spread across continents, adapting to diverse environments and eventually developing complex societies and cultures. The evolution of Homo sapiens had a significant impact on other apes. Human expansion led to habitat loss and, in some cases, direct competition with ape species for resources. 4. Apes in human society and culture. Throughout human history, apes have had a unique place in human society and mythology. They've been symbols of mystery, strength, and even human-like intelligence. However, they've also suffered due to hunting, captivity, and exploitation. Scientific study in the 20th century, scientists like Jane Goodall and Diane Fossey made groundbreaking discoveries about the complex social lives, tool use, and emotional depth of chimpanzees and gorillas. Their work helped reshape public perception, showing that apes share many qualities with humans. Conservation efforts. The destruction of ape habitats due to deforestation, illegal poaching, and diseases such as Ebola virus pose severe threats to all great ape populations. Conservationists have established reserves and national parks to protect these animals, and many organizations advocate for stricter anti-poaching laws. 5. Apes today and conservation challenges. Today, almost all ape species are endangered or critically endangered in the wild due to human activity. Organizations like the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, and Jane Goodall Institute are leading conservation efforts by promoting sustainable practices, educating the public, and enforcing laws that protect apes. Current threats. Deforestation. Rapid deforestation in tropical regions, especially in Africa and Southeast Asia, continues to destroy the natural habitats of gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans. Illegal hunting and trade. Despite conservation laws, apes are still hunted for bushmeat and captured for illegal trade. Diseases like Ebola and human respiratory infections have taken a toll on ape populations, especially as human activities encroach on their habitats. 6. The future of apes. With sustained efforts in conservation, research, and education, there is hope for the future of apes. Protected areas, better legal frameworks, and heightened public awareness have already made some positive impacts. However, the survival of apes remains tied to humanity's commitment to safeguarding their habitats and respecting the biodiversity of our planet. In summary, the history of apes is a journey marked by resilience, adaptation, and close parallels with human evolution. As our closest relatives, apes provide valuable insights into our own origins and share many qualities that highlight the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. The daily life of an ape in the forest is filled with activity and interaction, shaped by the need to find food, stay safe, and socialize with other group members. Apes like gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and orangutans exhibit complex behaviors and routines that help them thrive in their natural forest environments. Here's a look at the main activities that make up an ape's life in the forest. 1. Foraging for food. Finding food is a major part of an ape's daily routine. Apes spend several hours each day searching for fruits, leaves, insects, and other sources of nutrition. Diet. Each species has a unique diet based on its habitat and what's available in its particular forest area. Orangutans primarily eat fruits, leaves, and bark, while gorillas consume more leaves and stems. Chimpanzees and bonobos are more omnivorous, eating fruits, nuts, insects, and occasionally small animals. Tool use. Some apes use tools to help them obtain food. Chimpanzees are known to use sticks to fish for termites, stones to crack nuts, and leaves as sponges to soak up water. This tool use shows their intelligence and adaptability in accessing food resources that are harder to obtain. 2. Socializing and bonding. Apes are highly social animals, and spending time with their group members is essential for survival and emotional well-being. Grooming. Social grooming is a common and important activity. Apes groom each other to remove dirt, insects, and parasites, but grooming also strengthens social bonds, helps resolve conflicts, and promotes relaxation. For chimpanzees and bonobos, grooming is a key part of social life, while gorillas are less social, but still groom one another within family groups. Play. Young apes often engage in play, which includes climbing, chasing, wrestling, and exploring their environment. Play helps develop physical skills and social connections. Older apes may also play with one another, though typically in less energetic ways. 3. Movement and exploration. Forest life requires a lot of movement, whether for finding food, avoiding predators, or locating new territory. Climbing and swinging. Orangutans and gibbons are especially known for their arboreal lifestyles, spending most of their time in the trees. Orangutans swing from branch to branch using their long arms, while gibbons move through the trees using a form of brachation, which is swinging hand over hand with amazing speed and agility. Traveling. Chimpanzees, gorillas, and bonobos travel within a specific territory in search of food and safe resting places. They may cover several kilometers each day, depending on the size of their home range and food availability. Gorillas, being larger and more terrestrial, often travel on the forest floor, while chimpanzees will alternate between walking on the ground and climbing. 4. Resting and nesting. Apes need to rest to conserve energy, especially after spending hours searching for food and traveling. They also create nests for safe, comfortable resting. Daytime rest. Apes may take breaks throughout the day to rest. This downtime allows them to conserve energy and digest food, particularly after eating large amounts of fibrous plants. Nest building. Each night, apes make nests to sleep in. They build these nests by bending and weaving branches together to form a sturdy, soft platform. Orangutans and chimpanzees build their nests in trees where they are safer from predators, while gorillas often build nests on the ground, especially in dense forests where fewer predators are present. 5. Protecting and defending. Safety is always a concern in the wild. Apes have developed behaviors and social structures that help them stay safe from predators and other threats. Group protection. Living in groups provides a safety advantage, especially for species like gorillas and chimpanzees. The presence of a dominant male, such as a silverback gorilla, helps deter potential threats, and group members often look out for each other. In cases of danger, apes may call out alarms to warn others. Conflict and hierarchies within social groups. Conflicts may arise over food, mates, or status. Apes have complex social hierarchies, and conflicts are often resolved through displays of dominance, vocalizations, and posturing. This helps maintain order within the group without the need for frequent physical fights. 6. Learning and teaching. Apes are intelligent animals, and learning is a key part of their lives, particularly for younger apes. Observation and mimicry. Young apes learn by observing older members of the group, particularly their mothers or other adults. They learn essential survival skills, such as which foods are safe to eat, how to build nests, and how to interact socially. Cultural traditions. Some ape groups have behaviors that are unique to their group and are passed down through generations. For example, certain chimpanzee groups use specific tools or have distinct grooming styles that are not found in other groups. These traditions are a form of cultural learning and indicate the complex social knowledge within ape communities. 7. Communication and expression. Apes communicate in a variety of ways to convey emotions, establish social bonds, and respond to threats. Vocalizations. Apes use sounds to communicate different needs or warnings. Chimpanzees, for example, have a variety of calls, including food calls, alarm calls, and social calls. Gibbons are known for their loud, melodious calls, which help establish territory and strengthen pair bonds. Gestures and facial expressions. Apes also use facial expressions and gestures to communicate. A gorilla beating its chest is displaying dominance, while a chimpanzee showing its teeth may be showing submission. These nonverbal cues are important for social interactions and avoiding unnecessary conflicts. 8. Mating and raising young. Family and reproduction are essential parts of life in ape groups, with strong bonds between mothers and their offspring. Mating rituals. Different ape species have unique mating rituals. Bonobos are known for their relaxed social structures and use sexual behavior as a form of bonding and conflict resolution. Parental care. Apes, particularly mothers, invest a lot of time and care in raising their young. Infant apes are highly dependent on their mothers for food protection and learning for several years. During this time, they develop close emotional bonds, and young apes learn crucial survival and social skills by observing their mothers and other group members. In summary, apes lead busy and complex lives in the forest, engaging in activities that support their physical needs, social bonds, and safety. Their forest activities reveal intelligence, adaptability, and intricate social structures that help them thrive in challenging environments. Observing these behaviors provides valuable insights into their minds and lives, highlighting the depth and richness of ape societies in the wild.